Hello everyone, this is Princess here, and for today's video we're going to talk about the next content for Global, which is going to be Transcendence Tier 11. And for this video, the next character to get their Force and their Burst is going to be Rinoa. So let's get started. So Rinoa's Force weapon is called the Dancing Moon, and this will grant the skill Double Holy, with her Force partner being Yuna. So this will consume 30% of the party's current HP, and then deals a 5-hit AoE Magic Brave split HP attack that is dealt 4 times. So during Rinoa's Force time, this raises the party's HP damage by 20%. You get 10% at the start, 10% when a party member uses a magic skill, 10% when a party member is buffed with a special effect at the end of their turn, 10% when a party member has less than 100% HP at the end of their turn, except for Rinoa, and then 20% when Rinoa has less than 100% HP at the end of her turn. So that shouldn't be too hard if you're spamming HP attack with her Angel Wings active. And then we have her burst weapon, which is called the Shooting Star, and this will grant the finishing burst Wings of the Heart. So this will grant her Angel Wings for 3 turns, and then she will deal a 6-hit AoE Magic Brave full HP attack dealt twice. This will also grant 6 uses of Ultima or Ultima Angel Wing, depending on if you have the wings active or not, the maximum being at 10, and the burst effect will be for 8 turns. So for Ultima, let me just zoom out a bit here. So if you look closely, they relatively look the same, but there are some minor differences. So with Ultima, it's dealt 7 times and raises Brave by 20% after each attack, and then becomes Ultima Angel Wing when the wings are active. As for Ultima Angel Wing, this will consume HP, the attack will be dealt 9 times, and the Brave gain goes up by 50% after each attack. Okay, so then moving on to the burst effect, let me just zoom in on there. So this will grant HP regen, it raises the party's HP damage resist in their attack, it also adds a Brave regen based off Rinoa's initial Brave. This raises the party's HP damage and their max Brave cap, and then at 2 out of 3 it adds a party HP damage up and a Brave damage cap up. Okay, so for Transcendence Tier 11, on the left gate, you're going to be fighting Dark Bahamut, and he is going to have a Hope Mannequin, which doesn't really do anything. It's just Shell Protect and standard Brave HP attack. You are going to need a green crystal character for this one, and the orb requirement is just losing HP from skills or from enemy attacks. So aside from Rinoa, there's also Dark Knight Cecil, Lloyd, Yuri if you don't have Chelinka's Prayer on him, and then Arden or Galuf. And then for the right gate, you will be fighting the Sam08G. You're going to need a black crystal character for this one, and the orb requires elemental weakness damage. So this can be someone like Paladin Cecil, Sabin, Garnet, anyone who has like elements attached to them. Alright, and then for the middle gate, I don't like looking at these things again. So this is the Armaloe. I don't think that's pronounced right. But there is a lot of gimmicks to this fight. So for starters, if the same character acts 4 times, they will lower buff hit rate by 100%, meaning you can't grant any buffs, and then this cancels out after the boss's own turn. On top of that, they will also use this attack called Needle Shower at different thresholds and during Force time. And what this does is it reduces your HP to 20%, and what I don't like about this attack is that it's a guaranteed hit and it ignores reduction. So whether you're bringing someone with evasion or with damage reduction, they're still going to get hit by this. They can also lower your stats and can inflict debuffs like paralysis and stop, and these are both guaranteed. So even if you are bringing someone like Aerith or Lena, then you're still going to have the debuffs. So for the boss's Force gauge, so starting with the weakness, you want to use a Magic Force and then enter Force time. So they obviously want you to use Rinoa for this. Terra would not be the best for this considering the buff hit rate reduction. Maybe Cloud of Darkness for this. I never tried her, but you could probably go for her. And then for the gauge, so the whole time, even when the gauge is lowered, the gauge will go up by 0.5% when the player acts, and they will also have a 10% HP sap. Then at 1 out of 5, they will inflict stat lowering debuffs like attack and max brave. 2 out of 5, they will start absorbing physical and magic damage. This one tripped me up a lot, so make sure you have Imperil for this or you're just not going to be dealing any damage. Then at 3 out of 5, they will inflict paralysis. And then 4 out of 5, they will inflict stop. And if you don't remember what that debuff does, it just freezes your EX recast gauge. And then for their force time, so they will use Nectar Burst, which raises their stats, and it's a guaranteed hit. And they will go into force time for 10 turns. And during force time, they will trigger Needle Shower when the force time is at 9, 7, 5, 3, and then 1. And they also get a post-turn Brave regen. Okay, and then just one more thing I wanted to point out. So they also use Needle Shower during the HP threshold, so it's going to be below 80, 60, 40, and then 20%. So with that being said, I'm now going to head over to JP, and I'm going to showcase Rinoa's Force and Burst. I will be right back. Alright, so we're back on JP now. So this is just Ursula's Lost Chapter. So here is the Force gauge. Here is Double Holy. Now, if Rinoa didn't have her wings active, then she just automatically have them on, I believe. Okay, so now here is the finishing burst, like just a standalone. So Wings of the Heart. And Premonition plays. So she gets the wings. And then Angelo attacks. And then she does the Dodon Ray. That was what I always thought of when I saw the finishing burst. And I did also think of the Spirit Gun from Yu Yu Hakusho, but I think the Dodon Ray is more accurate. Now the burst effect is active for 8 turns. This guy just missed us completely, that's funny. So I'm going to go over to her HP attack. So now you can see she has Angel Wing Ultima on her. So now what I'm going to do is go into the burst phase. This is generally what I like to do whenever I'm using Rinoa's burst. I try to do the force, then the standalone burst, and then just go into burst phase with her. And don't mind the double HP damage that she's doing. That's because I did use a Luna Freya call on her just to kind of speed up the process. Okay, so now what we can do is just spam Ultima. So here's Angel Wing Ultima. And remember, it is 9 hits, so you can just, if you have like the usual sort of setup for burst phases, so like auras from like Garnet's burst, and if you have follow-up attackers from characters like Kane or from Core or from Cisne, you can really pump out a lot of damage with Rinoa, and it's very easy to like get more than 1 million with her. Now, is she someone that you really need? Honestly, unless she's a favorite, then yes, I would say that, you know, it's cool, you can pull for her. But she's not like required to complete every Shinryu, kind of like with Tifa. She's fun to have, that's for sure, but having her is not like a necessity. That's what I think. And then before I end this, if you really want to see someone really like, you know, use Rinoa a lot, I would recommend checking out content creator Serial Gaming. He is a big Final Fantasy VIII fan, and he does like a lot of videos of like Shinryu runs for Global, and he plays JP as well. And he's done like a few videos with like Squall and Rinoa's burst, or like with their forces. So highly recommend checking him out. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description box and in the comments so that you can check him out. Alright, so that is going to be everything for Rinoa's Force and her burst. So thank you guys very much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know if you will be pulling for Rinoa, and I will see you all next time.